Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Chainsaw Man episode number 3 reaction. Okay, before we begin, obviously this episode was aired quite a while ago. I wasn't able to upload it because I was not here. I was in vacation and I'm back. And so yeah, here we go, episode number 3 reaction. I think 1 or 2 days after this, episode 4 will come out. So yeah, I'm going to do it I'm going to resume the normal uploads from next from the next episode. So yeah, that's just what's going to happen. It's again going to go in the normal routine that I usually follow. So yeah, it's just what I wanted to let you guys know. All right, the previous episode, episode number 2, we get to see a few more things about the new characters that we have met in episode 1. We get a little bit of information about Makima. We kind of get to see what her personality is, what type of a person she is, and first impressions are kind of neutral. She is neither good nor bad. As far as I could understand, it seems as if she does what she she manipulates people for obviously she wants Denji to do his job, and that's why she kind of is like going along what he wants. Like whenever when Denji was like, oh, what type of person do you like, she was like, oh, just like you. Obviously I doubt she meant that, but these type of things we can see she's kind of manipulative, but that's not necessarily bad in my opinion, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, so first impression is kind of neutral. Like she's very neutral in my opinion. She's neither bad nor too good, so that's basically it. While the other character that we met, other two characters that we met, I forgot the guy's name, but we met that guy. He seems kind of like Denji, the way Denji kind of judged him, that he's probably doing this for some kind of revenge stuff. I'm pretty sure that's on the money. He's probably doing that for on some revenge stuff. And obviously he also talks about how Makima saved him, as well. And I'm pretty sure he also has a little bit of affection towards Makima. So yeah, so my opinion, he seems like a nice guy. Probably in the same in the same situation as Denji. Power, the other girl, or the I think Fiend they call them, that we met, and she's extremely she's extremely, what can I say, very expressive, loud, and just very expressive. Yeah. And yeah, that's just it. She wants to fight devils, and and yeah, that's what she wants. And she seems fun. She's as a person, she seems nice, I guess. And we'll see where it goes from this point onwards. And obviously Denji's new goal is to, yeah, touch. Like, it's crazy how his goal is just one of a kind. I'm not sure, does Chainsaw Man fall in the shonen genre? I'm not quite sure if it actually falls in the shonen genre. I'm pretty sure it's I wouldn't call this shonen. Is this shonen or seinen? I'm not sure, but either way, this is a hell of a goal to, for a main character to have. So let's begin. This is episode number 3. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, Power fought that devil. I forgot what it was, but oh, that eggplant devil. Yeah. Oh really? Oh, okay, that's bad. How would he know? He didn't know about it. Blood devil. Hmm. The blood goes to her head. Yeah. Oh my god. Arrest. Oh my god. Hmm. Why is she so? Why is she so? Like, it seems as if she's actually very scared of her or something. Of Makima. Her eyes are crazy. Seems as if she's looking into a soul or something. Oh my god, Denji. Hmm. Ah. What is she doing? Oh my god. Yeah, like. A cat? Okay. Oh boy. I have a bad. Okay. Oh, really? Demonic instinct. Meow. Her cat? What? I fell. Wait, so she's doing all this for saving her cat? Denji, you had a dog. What are you saying? Oh my god, come on. The dog cat is all the same. Oh my god, wow. Yeah? Yeah, definitely. Alright. Okay. D for oh, they need to go to save. Yeah, because she's a fiend, I guess. Interesting how she speaks. She speaks in that, like Denji was also talking about it. Like, why are you speaking like this? That ancient dialect, Washi, Washija, like in this way. Oh, Denji, this guy, he like barely the start like this. Hmm. Literally. No, he's literally inside him. uh, 3 times. How much time has? I think like it's barely 5 minutes. Oh, Denji. Hmm. What? Military use. Hmm. Promising and interesting. Okay. Oh. 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 Wow. That's quite interesting. Oh, chainsaw. Okay, chainsaw is quite dangerous. So yeah, like and the chainsaw's image is like, oh my god. Yeah, yeah, I understand. Exactly. So he's quite strong. That's the reason why. Oh, that's very interesting. The reasoning behind how they're strong and weak. What's wrong with that? I guess. Hmm. Okay, I can see what he's trying to say. Okay, let's go. Hmm. Oh yeah, she doesn't know. Oh, she still thinks he's a human. Oh, that's why she's like, oh, okay, okay. What? Hello? Are you sure? What is she saying? What? Wait, so that was a lie? What is going on? Damn. It's like a horror. The blood stains going. My god. Oh, there really is someone here. Oh my god. Bad. Oh, okay. So she was telling the truth. That means something is happening. Or maybe not. I don't know. Oh, it's a literal bat. Great. Come on, become a chainsaw. All right. Uh, he's not a human. Yep. There you go. Well, at least you got your hand back. So. What the? Wait. Why did she bring him here to? What about her cat? So there's no cat? Huh. But she seemed genuinely. Oh wow. Okay, there is something that she wants from him. Oh, there you go. Like I said, okay, the cat does exist. Oh, there's the cat. Oh my god. Oh! Brings milk from. Mm. Oh, this is when they took him. Oh my god. What the, oh god. Well, she's a deep fiend. What the hell did you expect? Oh god. Wow. Well, okay, there you go. Stop. All right, come on. Yes, there you go. Oh, oh, oh. Here you go. Well, yep. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. What? What is this place? Oh god. Did they crash over here? Yep, they crashed. Run, run, yeah. Oh, uh, yeah. Behind you, yeah. Oh, okay, so his chainsaw can retract. All right, like both of his hands doesn't have the chainsaw anymore. Whoa, my God. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, so to bring it back again, he needs to. Okay. Oh, his fingers. Who's throwing stones now? Or not stones, but rocks. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna just slice through it. Well, what do you expect? You're fighting against a chainsaw, not one but three. You know what? I wonder if Power went inside his stomach. I'm pretty sure Power is fine to save the cat or something. Like, I hope the cat is fine. Like, he ate it with the. Oh my god, you're gonna stop it here? Show us whether the cat's fine or not. Oh, great. Another ending. I think new ending. Yeah. So it was true. So every episode will have a different ending. That's so cool. Oh my god. Yo. Oh, okay. Oh, yo. This reminds me of that opening from Death Note. You know the second one? Whoa. Okay. Okay. That's it. Wow, that was a crazy ending. And at first, I was like, it's going to go like on the whole ending is going to be like like the whole rock like metal thing, but then it suddenly changed. I'm like, wow, what the hell? All right, all right. This episode, it was another bloody episode. Okay, so we resume from the whole eggplant devil, like Power killed that eggplant devil, and here Makima says how they're not supposed to kill devils who are, I think she says something like the, you know what, let me read this part. If public safety kills a civilian hunter's devil, we're guilty of obstructing their business. What? Civilian? This is um if public safety kills a civilian hunter's devil. Civilian hunter. What does that mean? Civilian hunter's devil. Anyways, like we can understand that they were not supposed to kill this thing. So like they're like, she's like, ah, yeah, we were not supposed to kill it like that, and so there you go. Like you'll be arrested if you do that. Now obviously Power is like, oh no, like Denji told me, and then it's like, what the hell, you're lying. you know Now one thing I've noticed here, like I said, like Power is extremely meek towards like Makima. I don't know why she's so what do you call it, so expressive and so like, we can see her personality, but then she suddenly turns so meek in front of Makima. That's kind of interesting to see. I wonder what happened between them. And like, yeah, like with her personality, I don't expect her to be acting like that in front of anyone, but she actually acts like that in front of Makima. So that's why I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So there you go. Yeah, Makima is pretty, I don't know, like probably pretty, like something probably happened with him and her and Power, so that's why she's that much like respectful and meek towards her. Like she's not even like even looking at her eyes, she's just looking down, like which kind of shows that, yeah, she is pretty scared to look at her at that moment, like because she's pissed. Makima is pissed, that's why. But either way, she's like, oh, like, I didn't do it, Denji told me. And Denji's like, what, you're lying? And all right, so all of these things are happening, and all right, Makima says that I don't want to see you guys, like, just blaming each other. You guys just work together. I want to see that. And she's like, yeah, like, can you please show me that? Power like, yeah. Okay, so all that aside, Denji, as always, just, his targets are like, his targets are locked in. He's just he just is like, like I'll it's crazy how in this, like, an episode, the first 5 minutes, at least he took, like, at least 3 to 4 times she looked at Makima's chest in the first 5 minutes only. And oh my god. And not Makima, sorry, what the hell, Power, sorry, I mixed up their names. All right, so after that we can see that it's kind of the night time, and Denji's drinking juice. And obviously, like, juice in itself is a very like, very like, it's a really good thing, for him, because he didn't get enough to eat. So he's thinking, like, if this goes on, like, I'm drinking juice now, all of that will go away, again, no money, no food, that type of situation. I don't want that. So he's like, yeah, I need to do something. So, but in his head, he's like, yeah, like, this girl Power, I would never get along with her, you know. And okay, while she's drinking the juice, in comes a little cat. Now, I was kind of like, for a moment at this, I don't know what type of cat, like, like what character, what things like Power, like, what type of personality she has. So I was like, I was a little bit scared in this moment. I was like, oh my god, like, is she going to do something to the cat or something? Like, like, she talks about, like, drinking blood and stuff. So I don't know, like, I was like, in my head, like, something very, like, there was a possibility of something very wrong happening in that scene, with the cat. So I was kind of like, like a little bit scared, like, I was like, oh my god, please don't. But then we see her just petting the cat. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And we can see that she does tell us our story, her story. We do get to see that, and we do get to understand that at first she was like, oh, I'm going to eat the cat, but then little by little she got attached, and that's why she loves cats nowadays. Now, so the cat comes in, and she's like, petting the cat, and she talks about how she doesn't like humans, nor does she like devils. The only thing, like, only creatures she loves are cats. Okay, here we go. I hate humans. It's not a matter of personal grievance. My hatred is almost like a demonic instinct. Okay, yeah, so demonic instinct. And I had devils as well, since one of them took away my pet Meowie. Okay. Interesting thing she says here is, like, the reason behind her hatred for humans. She says that it's not a matter of personal grievance. My hatred is almost like a demonic. Okay, so basically, like, she talks about, she says, like, I hate humans. So obviously the first thing that's going to come into her head is like, oh, maybe humans did something to her. But she just says, like, no personal grievance. Humans did nothing to me. It's basically a demonic instinct. Understandable. She's actually a demon. She's a fiend. So I could understand her actually, like, intrinsically from her heart. It's like an instinct that, oh, I'm humans, I don't like humans. That type of thing. So all right, makes sense. So it's not any personal grievance. No humans did anything to her. Nothing like that. It's basically just instinct. But the reason for hating demons is a personal one, and she, like, obviously that demon take away her cat. So that's why she hates demons. So there you go. So the reason for hating demons is a personal one, while the reason for hating humans is a, like, instinct one. So okay, that's cleared up. All right, so okay, I need to read this part here, this thing. Okay, one of them took my pet away. All right. Before I was able to recover Meowie, I fell into Makima's clutches. Okay, so all right. So after that happened, that flashback, she came in. As she said, she came and fell into Makima's clutch. I was wondering. I was like, her cat is there. Why is she working for Makima? Did Makima tell her something like, "Oh, I'm going to rescue the cat" or something like that? Did that happen? Is that why she's working for Makima? But there you go. She explains it. She fell into her clutch. So she. But then why is she working with Makima? The question: why is she so meek towards her? That I'm pretty sure we'll get our answers very soon. Because, like I said, her personality is not like that. Like, the way she's acting in front of Makima is extremely unusual. I don't expect her to act like that in front of anyone, unless and until, someone has, a person is very scary in front of her. Like, if she feels extremely scared or frightened of someone, obviously I can understand her acting like that. Other than that, why is she acting like that in front of Makima? Something must have happened, or something, some sort of thing must have happened for her to act like that. And maybe that's also the reason why she is actually working for her, because I don't know, anyways, no need to just go deep into this, because I'm sure I'll get my answers in the upcoming episodes. My dear, Meowie may be dead already, and yet I find it hard to give up hope. If it's lets me retrieve Meowie from that demon, I'm willing to abide humans or anything else I needs must. Okay, so there you go. Now Denji talks about, again, like, fondling boobs, and and she's like, all right, then you, if you help me retrieve my cat, I'll let you do that. And at first Denji was like, oh, what are you talking, like, here's the thing, he talks about, like, oh, cats, like that, I don't understand why, why you feel like that for a cat. I had a dog, but dogs and cats are different. Like, this thing, like, I've seen this is one thing that I always, it bothers me so much. Like, I can understand, and this is like a thing, there's so many people who don't like cats, and it always, it's really weird. Like, I can understand, obviously some people, like, cats, I can see cats being, very very, what can I say, very annoying sometimes. Yeah, I can see that. But at the same time, yeah, there's some people who just, has, this type of a thing for cats that is just crazy. But either way, for me, I like cats and dogs both. I'm a little bit scared of dogs, because sometimes dogs, some dogs are extremely, too enthusiastic, and that kind of startles me. They kind of jump on top of you or something, that startles me. But but I like cats are small, it's like, even if they jump on top of you, nothing happens. Like, if it's a dog, like a big dog, it jumps on top of you, it's actually scary. So so yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, for me, I feel like both cats and dogs are, both are animals, and both are animals which can be tamed. So, Denji was like, oh, cats, I don't understand, dog I can understand. I'm like, what the hell, both are animals, like, what the hell are you saying? But anyways, enough about that. Denji, as soon as he hears what Power says, he's like, oh, how dare that devil, how dare he kidnap a poor cat, I'm going to save him. You better remember your promise. Oh god. All right, now here's one thing. I talked about this when I was reacting to it, but I'm going to again, mention this. Why does Makima Power talk like that? it's so interesting. Like the way she talks is like a I'm not sure what you exactly call it, but it's a like it's like an ancient dialect or whatever you call it. She says instead of watashi, she says washi, and says ja. Like this way of talking. Like instead of anta, you, she probably will say onushi. Like this way of talking. Like this is like like the way like like characters who are very ancient, they kind of talk. Obviously, one of my favorite characters in anime, my ultimate waifu, Oshino Shinobu, or Kishot Acerela Orion Heart Underblade. She talks like this, and I just love this way of talking. It has like a very elegant, and I don't know, like it's a very it's a very nice type of a way of talking. I don't know why, but I very much like this way of talking. you know so this like thing, like I wonder why she talks like this. Like she's supposed to be a fiend, isn't she? Where did she pick this up from? Like I'm so curious. Is this like is this I'm not sure. Like did she actually pick this up from someone or something? Like why did she talk like this? That's I don't know if there's like an actual reason, or this is just because like because anime, there's no particular reason. But if there's a reason behind it, like I'm kind of curious, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's just her style. There's no particular reason, but still I really like this way of talking. Like this way of like speaking. And yeah, I really like the way Makima speak, not Makima, I'm always like calling her Makima. Power, the way Power speaks, I really like it. But anyways, um, after that, Denji and Power are in the like like asking for like a leave, because obviously their mission, they have to go. And yeah, they're on the train, and again Denji is just looking at Makima. Power. Oh God. Denji is looking at Power again, like, and he talks about how like like he had a dog. Talks about Puchta and how he cannot pet him, but like he's in the heart. And Power thinks like he's talking metaphorically. She thinks like he's talking about like, oh, he's dead, so he's in my heart forever, that type of thing. So like, yeah, one thing we should take a note here: Power actually doesn't know that Denji is like a half devil, and not half devil, but like kind of a mixture of Pochita and him, like like has both devil properties and everything. So she doesn't know that. That's why she thinks that he's talking about like how when he says that, oh, Pochita is inside me, like he literally meant it. But Power thinks that he's saying like some kind of like like metaphorically way. She thinks like, oh, he says, doesn't that mean that Pochita is dead? Death is the absence of life. It's nonsense about living in your heart. It's a little more miserable self comfort. There you go. So yeah. And then she's like, I'm not going to get along with her. Right, now we kind of see a little bit of Makima. Makima is talking to a few of the, I'm guessing, the higher ups here. And they talk about the dogs that, not dog, but like the pets, they are keeping, and obviously like the people they're hiring. And how like like is there anyone that she like has caught her fancy? And she says like, oh, there's an interesting one, and there is what does she say, like interesting one, and just a sec, promising one, okay. One that seems promising, one that seems interesting. Okay, so I'm guessing the one who's promising is Power, then someone who's interesting is Denji. uh I think so, okay. And yeah, because she says like, the interesting one is like someone who I found very recently, so I guess that's Denji. Now these upper like higher ones, like the higher ups, they're like, oh, your job is to raise these hounds and put them to work, make sure not to grow attached. And Makima's just blank face, I do wonder if that's actually ever going to happen, because I don't see Makima going attached to any one of them. But it'll be kind of interesting if way down the line in this show, I'm not sure, I've not read the manga, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, it'll be interesting if that actually happens, like, who knows, in a human heart, it might change. Like, for now, we can see Makima is extremely cold, calculating, and it seems as if she'll never grow attached to anyone. Like I said, that might be proven wrong in the future. Who knows? Like, maybe she'll actually get attached to this group, like Power and Denji. I'm not sure. That'll be that. Like I said, that'll be kind of interesting. I love whenever, like, animes, like, like this is character development. This is called character development. In the good direction. Like, like a person who's like this, who's like extremely cold, calculating, and like this type of character. If way down the line, if they actually change and the personality change and they actually become more empathetic, you know, I guess that's really good character development. Because yeah, because usually the type of characters we see in anime, like 90% of the animes, are the characters that we see are actually good characters. Like they go from good to better. That happens. Character development is basically that in most of the animes. Good characters, and they become better and better and better. But like, like the characters in the show, with like, if a few of the main characters, some of them are actually, I wouldn't call them evil, but like, morally, if they're like neutral or something, very cold, calculating, very stoic, if they actually, like, down the line actually become more empathetic, and they become good from a neutral standpoint, or from an evil standpoint, they become good. I guess that's really good character development. I really enjoy that. So who knows, if that actually happens to Makima in the future, that'll be really good in my opinion. But we'll have to wait for that. I'm not sure. Okay, so I love how I don't remember his name. They didn't even mention his name in this episode. They'll probably do in the upcoming few episodes. But this guy, he says like, he says like, you think Denji is interesting? He's he's just a kid, and he talks about how Denji is talking about making friends with the devils and all that. So he's just a kid. Like, this won't do in this line of job. And Makima says one thing here, which is kind of interesting. She talks about the power, how characters, how devils are get their power. So she says all devils are born with names, okay, and the more the names are feared, the more powerful the devil is said to become. Coffee isn't considered very frightening, so a coffee devil would probably be weak. All right, makes sense. That's why, before we saw a tomato devil. So yeah, tomatoes aren't scary. If someone tells you tomato, you'll probably think of like, oh, like, which, like, how to eat it or something. You'll probably think. Yeah, tomato devil is weak. But and like, recently we saw like the eggplant devil or whatever, weak. But the zombie devil that we saw, like that was a zombie devil, wasn't it? Yeah. In the first episode, that was strong, because whenever someone says zombie, like, there's like a part of you that thinks like, oh, zombie scary, that type of thing. So just like that, chainsaw, whenever you think of chainsaw, you always like, I feel like, whenever you think about chainsaw, you always think about the dangers it might, like, actually like, it might actually be doing. Like, for example, as soon as someone tells you chainsaw, the first thing that comes in your head is the blade. So that kind of shows that, like, chainsaws, people kind of, like, like fear it. Obviously, like, not everyone, like, people who use chainsaws, they don't fear chainsaws. But still, like, if someone who doesn't use chainsaw, if someone tells you like, oh, this is a chainsaw, look at it, they'll probably get a little bit startled when they see it with the huge blades and everything. So that's why I guess chainsaw devil is strong, like, because people, like, people might be scared of it. So I do wonder, like, I'm kind of thinking about any type of other thing which is scary, that will be extremely strong. Like, what else? Blades, maybe like a sword or something, a sword devil or a katana devil. Who knows? They might be strong as well, because like those are also quite, people are feared them. How about a gun devil? You know, and like, I feel like, I think like everything in this like, in this show, like everything might might have a devil in it. What about a gun devil? Huh? So yeah, these type of things. So yeah, anyways, like, like I'm pretty sure we'll probably see them in the future, because yeah, we've seen a zombie devil, why not these? Okay, so okay, let me read the next part, what she says. And Denji can turn into a chainsaw devil. Seems pretty interesting to me. Okay, so that's why she's interested. Now, obviously, the other that guy says like, but he wants to make friends with devils. That's actually naive, and like that's not how it's going to work out. And all right. Now, after that, we get to see that Denji and Power are going to save Meowie. I think that was the name of her cat. Yeah, and they're like going towards like the house. Now, a few houses, and he talks about how he can like, become chainsaw, and Power is like, what the hell are you saying? Like, because she doesn't know that he's a like, devil. And okay, here Power is like, Power before said that, oh, you have to help me because I cannot go close, he'll take the like, my cat hostage. But then he's like, why are you going so close? And Power is like, oh, did I say that? I probably misspoke, you know um and I'm like, what? Why? Like, what's going on? And then obviously, like, it took me a while, and also it took Denji a little while to understand what's going on. And there you go. She kind of like, hits him in the head, like makes him fall down. Now, so I was thinking, like, up until which part was it the lie? So basically, only the fact that he, like, like the thing, that thing that's keeping the cat hostage, only the fact that she's actually working for it and not trying to fight it, that was a lie section. Other than that, everything was the truth. So basically what she said to Denji was like, oh, I'm going to fight it, so you come with me so that it doesn't take the cat hostage. If it sees me, let take the cat hostage. She said that, while in reality she was actually bringing people to the bat, so that like the bat probably told her that, oh, you bring me like, like humans, and I'm going to give your cat back. That's what happened. So that's what was actually going on. Other than that, everything was the truth. Like, the cat did get kidnapped. All right, so Power like, knocks him out and brings him in, and the bat is there, and the bat, oh my god, the bat grabs Denji and is like, oh, I'm going to eat you. And Denji here kind of remembers what he said, that guy, that, oh, like, you are naive, like trusting devils, that's not what you do. And he kind of thinks about it a little bit, because you could say that, like, Power did kind of betray his trust, told him a lie. uh, but obviously, like, she's doing this to save her cat. Now we see the bat kind of like, just taking a little bit blood from Denji, and he's like, oh my god, this is bad blood, I don't like it. So damn, this bat, or I'm guessing, like, probably other devils as well, they have like a quite a, what can I say, like, preference for blood. Like, they have like so many things that they think about. For example, obviously, as far as I could understand, they cannot consume, like, they can consume devil blood, but it would taste nasty to them. So, like, since when he took Denji's blood and also Power's blood, he didn't like it because they were devils. So that's one thing. Another thing, there's a lot of preferences that this things has. He's like, oh, like, people who smoke, bad blood. People who use makeups, like, cosmetics, the smell is probably going to, like, not be appetizing. All these things. Like, it's like a lot of things that he has preferences about. So he's like, oh, like, children, those, like, children's blood would be good. Let me go and do that. and he's like kind of thinking about his dinner plans, and Power is like, I helped you out, give me my cat back. And he's like, oh, okay, like brings out the cat, and he's like, oh, you lie, like, you as a punishment for giving me bad blood, I'm going to eat the cat now. Well, obviously he would have done that either way, so yeah, like it was no surprise. Now one thing I have to say is like, he swallows the cat inside the cage. Now I would like to believe that the cat is still alive, because, and I'm pretty sure Power is also okay, in his stomach. So I don't know, like, because he swallowed the cage, the cat was inside the cage. I don't know. Like I said, next episode. I was expecting them to show us what happened to the cat in this episode, but they did not. They just stopped it. Like, obviously, cliffhanger. Yeah, next episode. Hopefully, we get our answers. But I think the cat is fine. I don't know. We'll see. Um. Okay, now we kind of see a little bit of a backstory of Power, where Power is like, found the cat, and she was like, oh, you're a weak little cat, you're thin, I'm going to what do you call it, like, keep you with me, feed you, and later on then I'm going to feed on you, after you get fat. So she's like, and then she, like, gave it milk and everything, and she, like, started, like, living with the cat, and little by little got attached to it. And then suddenly in comes this bat. He's like, oh, this cat is mine, bring me humans, and like, then take your cat back. And there you go. So, like, I'm pretty sure Power herself would have been enough to take this bat down, but the fact is that he has the cat hostage. That's the biggest problematic situation here. I'm pretty sure Power could easily take care of this thing, but that's the problem. The cat is with him, so that's why she had no choice but to listen to him. And now this thing just ate the cat. So she talks about how she realized, like, how it would feel. She tells Denji that I understand how it would feel like. Like, you said, from your words, it seemed you don't have Pochita with you anymore, so Pochita's probably dead. And now I can understand how it might have feel like losing someone like that. And she's like, it's an awful feeling. And the bat takes like, Power and swallows her again. Like, he's not biting them, he swallows them. Obviously, like, and that's a big, like, they're probably fine in their stomach, and like, Denji could probably take them out by slashing open the stomach. But either way, he did not feel happy about eating Power or, like, the cat. He's like, oh, I need more food and to clean my palate or whatever, and starts just rushing out into the city. And he's just thinking of his dinner plan. He's like, oh, a beefy man for the main course, what else, pregnant woman for dessert. Oh my god. And while he was thinking of his dinner plan, Denji's having his own dinner. He's lodged onto his leg and sucking out his blood, and, like, getting a little bit, but probably got back his, like, energy. And in his head, he thinks about how it felt like, losing Pochita for one day. Like, when he talks about how one day Pochita was missing, he thought that, oh, maybe some devil got him, ate him or something, but then found Pochita crying in his home. And then, like, he was very relieved, and, like, just slept with Pochita that night. So yeah, he's like, that's what I felt only for a few moments, not seeing Pochita, and the fact that something must have happened to him, that's what it gave me, that anxiety, that feeling that it gave me. So imagine the same thing Power is going through, like, every day, and like, just sleeping at night thinking about her cat. So he can sympathize with her. What's so interesting about this episode is, like, we see both of them, Denji and Power, both of them at odds. Denji's like, oh, I'm never going to get along with her. I'm pretty sure Power also thought of the same thing. But then in the same episode, both sympathized with each other. First, when Power talks about how she can sympathize how it would feel for losing, like, a pet, and she says like, oh, you lost Pochita, and I can probably understand how you feel, because just now in front of my eyes this bat just ate my cat. So I can probably understand how you feel now. Like, there you go, she kind of sympathized with him, because like she says like, I can understand your feeling, while at the same time Denji as well, here in this scene, he sympathizes with Power, where he says that, oh, like, like, there's like one day that I Pochita was missing, and I felt so bad inside of my heart and so anxious. I got him back and was relieved, but that little feeling was so bad, and imagine Power just going through that every night. So I can understand her feeling. So again, he sympathizes with her. So at the beginning of the episode, both were not at all, like, happy with each other, but by the end both sympathizes with each other in their own way, for some different reasons. So there you go. Now, okay, so now after that, Denji takes out, like, the thing, and like the chainsaw comes out, and here obviously the bat gets a big shock. He's like, what the hell, you're a demon, and you're a devil, and yeah, like, that's the thing. So being the chainsaw devil, he's like attacking him, like, taking out his arms and everything, and they crash into like one of the buildings, offices or something. There was like one lady who was there, and then she's like, oh, you go away, run away. The bat is like, what the hell, you're a devil and you're helping humans. And yeah, and then like the fight starts. Obviously, being like, Denji having chainsaw, he can easily cut down the bat, but the bat is pretty strong and, like, fast, so he also has to dodge them. And again, like, it's not the fact that he cannot even fight properly, because there's like so many people here and there. So like he comes across like one old, like, old man, like it's probably the dad and his son, like, so he again like tries to kind of, like, just save them. And okay, now, and while fighting, he's talking about, like, coping, like, like Powers boobs. He's like, I didn't get to do that, like, like, what the hell, like, you just ate her. It's so funny him talking about that while all of this is happening. uh Now the fight, like, goes on, like, Denji kind of, like, gets like one of the cars. Inside one there were a few people, not few, but one person. And the person, like, comes out, but he, like, he uses the car to attack it. The bat uses his power, like, the voice power or whatever, like the sonar type of thing that he uses, bats use, to just destroy like one part of the building, and that was crazy. And we can see that Denji kind of retracted his blades for a little moment. So, and to bring it back out again, he has to again take the, like, the thing, he has to take it out again. So interesting. So that's how it happens. You can retract it now. So he again, like, takes out the blades, and yeah. And this, at this time moment, like, the bat is actually scared. He's like, oh my god, like, stay away from me, throwing rocks and everything. But Denji like rushes towards it, all of his chainsaws ready, and just slashes him. And all the intestines and everything is just out, and that's where it ends. So like I said, they did not show us what happened to Power nor the cat. I'm pretty sure Power is fine, because obviously this is barely the start, but not sure about the cat. What happened to the cat? I think my guess would be that cat is fine, because it was in the cage, and I don't know, like, maybe after getting inside the stomach, Power found the cat and probably protected it or something. So who knows? I'm like, my guess is like 70% chance of the cat being alive, but we'll see. But yeah, so there you go, that's where it ended. And another great episode. We kind of see, like, what's his name, Denji and Power, like, in their dynamic. At first they were like at odds, but then by the end both sympathize with each other in their own way. So yeah, there you go. So that's it. That is my reaction to episode number 3 of Chainsaw Man. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back with the next episode. This today when this will be uploaded, it's probably Monday, so Tuesday Chainsaw Man comes in, so one more day after this I'll be reacting to episode number 4. So yeah, and from next week onwards, like the normal uploads will resume again. So thanks for watching. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.